Sick and tired of playing the same games for ages now? Want something new? Then here we go. A whole list of new games that got announced over the weekend as part of the Summer Games Fest, and a few more release dates I've been keeping an eye on finally announced. Grounded's been my main jam on this channel for a while now, but Grounded won't keep on going forever, so I'm going to start introducing more games more than likely, and you've seen me cover games like Smallland and Core Keeper. So let's go. Great selection of survival games, RPGs, MMOs that I think fit on this, my second channel, a little bit more. Let's go. So I've been known over the years to cover Ark Survival Evolved. Well, how about a more cute and cuddly one? This is Paleo Pines. It got announced a good while ago and it's now got a release date. In fact, I'm going to be showing you this very much sooner, as I'm going to be giving you a chance to see it on Monday. There's going to be a demo that you can try in a couple of weeks, and then the full release is happening in September. It's pretty much Animal Crossing with dinosaurs. Full release is September the 26th and the demo goes live on the 19th of June. You saw it at the beginning. This is Desponia, which is known for being more of a narrative story kind of click and point adventure games in the past, but maybe with a little bit of influence of Don't Starve now, they're making a full-blown survival game. I can't lie, I've never known too much about this series other than seeing it a few times and just, I guess, dismissed it. But now it's moving into a survival and crafting genre. It does look pretty good from these screenshots. The trailer was still maybe a bit too animated. It's a shame it didn't actually show any gameplay, but I'm looking forward to this one. Supposedly coming out before the end of this year. It's going to be a single player game. Next up is a game called Sandlands. It's based apparently on a manga. I can't say I'm too clued up, but it does look pretty interesting. It's like maybe a bit like Biomutant, an RPG action adventure game, so no real survival mechanics in it, but it's interesting premise of running around the desert, fighting unique demons, coming across NPCs and completing missions. The story might not be exactly what I'm looking for, but the rest of it does look pretty cool. Dragon Ball Z fans might be pretty interested in this, as it's the same guy that created that. What I'm really interested in is the vehicular combat. There's a whole variety of them that you can use to pummel some of the demons, including a pretty badass tank. And there's still a whole bunch of traditional fighting and combat in the game, as well as you use some sort of magical powers to defeat the demons. Well, maybe not just demons, humans as well. Big ass bosses, creatures, it looks a bit like Borderlands, but in a manga style. So I'm totally down for this. I'll give it a shot. Apparently releasing later on this year. Not too clued up on all the platforms. I'm not too sure if it's just a Steam release yet, but I'll keep you guys informed once I get more info on it. I've already shown this off yesterday in a live stream. This is Wizard with a Gun and I'm absolutely loving it. Again, a bit like Don't Starve, but this time you are a magical wizard trying to find your way through a world that's been broken up. You can restore time by going on runs and pretty much gathering new resources before hopefully making a retreat back to your home, because you're going to get attacked by pink dimensional monsters. It's really cool, really in depth. I spent about 2 hours streaming it, so go and check it out if you want to see more details on it. It is going to be a co-op game and it's looking likely to come to all platforms in the future too. Real mix of upgrading your guns, getting access to new ones, and then changing the bullets and giving all sorts of elemental effects on them. Base building, in-depth crafting, and like I said, a bit of a challenge with a roguelike kind of element as you keep going on runs to hopefully get further and further. I will be going ham on this when it comes out very soon, with lots and lots of guides. The demo is available now for everyone to go and give it a shot, so again, go and check it out on Steam. You should find a link to it in the comment section down below. Do you like Raft? Do you like space? Then maybe you'll like Space Trash Scavengers. This looking to be a kind of a chilled version of maybe even Space Engineers, as you go around seemingly planets shaped like Mario Galaxy, gathering new resources and building up your space base. It's coming out on Steam hopefully this year, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of different games like this, so you'll probably see a top 5 Space Raft crossover games list coming from me very soon, but I like the look of this one. It's nice and colourful, and yeah, it looks interesting. Steam only for the moment, but as soon as we get any more news about platforms, I'll let you know. Now, this one, I can't say I'm that interested in. I am not a fan of Pokemon. I like some games that have kind of creature mechanics where you can fight against others, but Pokemon, it just kind of escaped me. So this is obviously a big rip-off. It's made by the same people that made Craftopia, and PalWorld has been heavily touted for a release for a good while now. It's finally coming, but not until next year, January in fact, if they keep to their release dates. Which honestly I doubt, considering that their original game Craftopia has undergone a few delays and still isn't actually fully finished. This has got a more mature element to it, I guess, with the guns. Apparently you can get the Pokemon to help you craft and make resources, and you may be rescuing them for crafting guns for big bad guys in factories. It's a very strange mix to me, mixing such cute creatures with literally machine guns and more, but you guys let me know if you like the look of this one. PalWorld, January next year. This is Kibu, got shown off today on the Future Games Showcase, and it's looking a bit like Animal Crossing, so a bit more chill, a bit more relaxed. You're playing, I'm guessing, a red panda as you try and build up your temple and make lots of tea. So of course I'm going to love this, being a Brit. It does have combat apparently in it as well, a pretty fluid combat system, although it wasn't much shown here, but that's what it says on the Steam page. So yeah, I'm totally down for this one. I like a mix of cozy and crafty sometimes, not too sickly cozy and not too cute, but this one is just about right. I like the animation style, the art looks pretty good, and the idea of just mooching about, growing my specialties and maybe getting involved in some fights to get them. Yeah, I'm down for this. Yeah, simply saying, coming soon. It's got a new Steam page, go and check it out. So I'm pretty much known for covering survival games, but I have dabbled in a whole bunch of RPGs and MMOs in the past as well, and this is looking okay, especially if you're a console fan on PlayStation. Although it is coming to Xbox as well, but it does look likely to be in early access on PlayStation on Steam this summer and then coming to Xbox in the fall. It's called Wayfinders. It's going to be a free-to-play MMO style RPG action game. Well, that vibe of like Fortnite mixed in with Dauntless, as you guess, run around defeating lots of enemies, getting upgrades and stuff. As long as the cash transactions aren't too horrific, then it might be worth giving it a shot since it's going to be free. What have you got to lose? And yeah, it's coming out this summer, like I said, in early access on Steam and PlayStation, and I think it's going to have crossplay and all that stuff added to it as well, and Xbox at some point towards the end of the year. Now, there was a cult little top-down game called Hyperlight Drifter. Well, this is the sequel, but they've changed things up massively. It's now a fully fleshed open world game. It does have some similarities in one of the games I mentioned earlier, Wizard with a Gun, that you'll be going on runs, exploring a world filled with enemies and dangers and trying to basically do better than you did before. Mixed up gameplay from games like Dead Cells and more roguelike, but with this new open world idea that they're going for. Very different from the original, of course, and hopefully they can pull it off. It looks pretty good, looks pretty colourful. I like the idea of having a, I guess, special hyperlight skateboard. Reminds me a little bit of Risk of Rain as well, and they're coined it that it's a world just as nice maybe as Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. No release dates on this one, only strictly coming to PC I do believe at first, but I'm sure it will come to consoles as the original game did. It's maybe more challenging, but definitely down for this. And finishing off with maybe the best for last. These next two games I've gone into much more detail on my older, bigger survival channel, so go and check them out now. But Return to Moria and Enshrouded are fast becoming my two most hyped games I'll be covering in the future. Now, Return to Moria obviously got announced a while ago, and we've now got a tentative release window. It's going to be coming out this fall, and it's not just PC, it's going to be on Xbox and PlayStation as well. That is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S only. Of course, it is based on the works and lore of Lord of the Rings, set after the events of Lord of the Rings though, as you try and reclaim Moria once more, fighting trolls, orcs, and of course seeing what other dangers may lurk as you gather resources, mine your heart's content, and build up your dwarven fortress. It's an 8-player co-op game, and I'm going to be shouting out, nobody tosses a dwarf every 2 seconds that I play it. As said, make sure you subscribe to my main channel, as I'm still debating exactly where it's going to appear, either on the main or here. Forget 8-player co-op, let's go 16-player co-op. That's what Enshrouded is offering, hopefully, when it comes out. It's going to be arriving on PC, and it will be on consoles in the future too. It is a survival game, but with a deep layered RPG game mechanics in it. Stats, skills, abilities, proper combat as well. I think my Grounded fans are really going to love this one. It's got voxel base building. You can really customize your base in all sorts of different ways, placing windows exactly where you want. Good luck building all the bedrooms for you and 15 of your pals. And it's made by the same people that made Portal Knights, filled with all sorts of enemies as we go into something called the Shroud, as we fight off creatures and maybe big bosses and more, with a variety of different ways to play. Melee characters, ranged, throwing bombs and explosives, or using magical wands and staves. This honestly is going to be one of the biggest games of the year, I'm sure of it when it releases in terms of survival, and I'm totally down for playing it. Big selection of different creatures and wildlife to take on, and with that concept of base building and being able to play with your friends, it looks really cool. Of course, there's a whole bunch of other games that have still got releases to come, like I Am Future. I'm expecting big updates for games like Valheim and Grounded as well, and again, you'll see them on the main channel. So there we go, that's what I guess you'll see here on JPG Crafted. Alongside Grounded, I'm not going to stop, and I'll be showing off all the stuff as well from Smallland and Core Keeper in the future too. But yeah, some of these games could become the next big thing, and I want to make sure I'm on top of them, delivering you guys everything that I always do: news, gameplay and guides. If you're new to my channel, please maybe think about subscribing and stay in the loop for these upcoming, as I'll be doing lots of preview videos on them now. And regular viewers that might be looking forward to some of these, let me know, what do you really want to play next out of this list, especially if it's the first time you're hearing about some of them. And that's it. Until next time, Ratbags, my name's Jade. I'll see you later.